Okay. I need to make sure that this is working properly. Hello. Yeah? Hello. Yeah? Alright, we're live, unfortunately. Yeah? Alright, we're live, unfortunately. Okay. Today we're going to be playing some car mechanic simulation 2021. We have this Volkswagen Jetta thing, I guess. Boba or Bora. Boba. And we're gonna be restoring it because, you know, even though I'm a mechanic myself as a career, this game makes me feel better about myself because doing this work is very hard in real life, so I do it on the computer to ease my mind and my nerves. So today we will be ripping apart this car. So what I like to do is I like taking all the body apart first, and then go up, well, go here, and then drain all the fluids by dumping all over the floor, which is, always good. You know, this game, not far off from being realistic, but the one thing I do wish this game had was, more realistic, procedures on, building stuff. So, just say, the motor, it doesn't show you all the gaskets, doesn't show you, valve clearance, the clearance of the camshaft, this and that. So, I wish this game kind of went into that, and hope at least the future generation of this game will eventually get to that point. But this game has progressed pretty far. I've played 15, I've played 18 or whatever, and then into 21. And 21's been my absolute favorite, even though I have a lot on 18 or 17 or whatever, 19, whatever it was. And that one was pretty fun. But this one I've liked a lot, because this one, you can paint different components, different stuff. You can do this, do that. So, yeah. Do that, man. So there we're starting out. So I like to kind of get most of the stuff at the engine bay first, remove the body panels and the glass. Lift the car up, grab the oil drain here. Also wish draining oil was this fast and taking stuff apart, and the oil is very clean on this. So you move that away, and then I always start from front to back. Now, I wish taking cars apart was this easy, but, sometimes it is, depends how new the vehicle is, and depends if you're in a rust belt, which I am in, and rust belt can be fun, especially in New Jersey, where everything's rusty, especially if you're down the shore, where you're next to saltwater, and shit just doesn't go right for you. I've seen some very messed up cars, including but not limited to a Suburban, where pretty much the whole undercarriage is rotting away. I had an F-150 where basically the frame was like Swiss cheese, and you don't want to be driving around on a frame that has multiple, if not many, holes inside. There's one that's not safe, and two, people hurt some people with that one. So yeah, people don't like to take care of their cars sometimes. Like I said, New Jersey, a lot of people really didn't do that. And I don't get it, especially if you have children in the car. She wants it safe for them, but listen, it's their decision, not mine. So I have a Lexus, an older 08 ES250, which I love dearly, and take very good care of that car. And it's been the best car I've ever owned. To it. It's a tank, you know. I change my oil every 3,000 miles, which, you know, is unnecessary, but in my opinion, I mean, that's what I like to do. I think it's good for the car, especially higher mileage. Newer cars supposedly do higher, really hot, well, that's what really wanted to do high mileage oil changes, but I don't agree in that. I think that oil change should be limited to at most 6,000, because oil does break down. We're like, well, it doesn't break down a lot, you know, over time, but it does, and it will cause serious foam buildup over time, and your engine will run like absolute crap, and it will no longer run. So, in my opinion, doing that, you know, sooner oil change intervals will definitely help your car last, and it definitely will. So, that's my opinion on that matter. I need to test my microphone to make sure it is loud enough. How loud is the game? That's my question. Okay, the game is very loud. So I will turn up my microphone for the people. Turn down the game a little bit, and I'll be able to hear my beautiful voice. I'm a little sick, if that matters, like anyone's watching anyway, but I decided to stream because I haven't done it in a long time. I used to do it with my friend Jill. We used to do farming simulator streams, and they're pretty fun. And I don't really have interest in farming simulator anymore, so, you know, as a mechanic now, this is a fitting game, even though it doesn't improve your skill whatsoever. But I mean, I think this game is also pretty cool if you're not mechanically inclined, because it kind of gives you an idea of different components and different locations of things and how you can fix things, because there is a story mode I guess, where you diagnose and fix cars, which I think is very cool. And, you know, I think that this game could be used in schools. I think that automotive practice and knowledge is pretty essential in today's world, because, you know, people, you know, young people, you know, high schoolers, middle schoolers, and even, like, people in their 20s have no mechanical, like, knowledge whatsoever. And, like, changing a tire, like, putting on your spare or whatever, is something that is incredibly easy to do on most cars. I mean, trucks, it might be a little harder, but, I mean, they give you the tools for it most of the time. Unless you just can't do it, and that's a different issue, but I think that is an important thing to know, especially if you're out and you don't want to be stranded for, you know, 6, 7, 8 hours. You can, you know, throw in the spare and get it out. But the thing that sucks about newer cars is some of them don't have spares, which is incredibly stupid. Or they have the donut spares, which I mean is something, but isn't exactly safe. And I don't get why, you know, they got rid of them. I mean, obviously for money, because it's all about money. But personally, you know, I think a full-size spare is the best thing you can put in a car, especially like a, you know, crappy scissor jack. It's something, you know, get yourself home safely. Because with the donut tires, you can't put them in the front of the vehicle because they're dangerous, and you can't drive over 55 miles an hour or 50, whatever. And it's just saving space, you know. Can't just put, you know, make your trunk cavity a little bit bigger, or throw the damn spare into the vehicle like they used to. I mean, my Lexus has a full-size spare, which I'm thankful for. And, you know, I don't have to worry about this and that, and, you know. And people should know, you know, they should fill up their spare, too. It's a very important thing. Let's get this front drive shaft out. Just lower the car. But, yeah, I think that automotive theory should be taught in schools as a, mandatory class. It doesn't have to be long, just kind of get over the basics of taking care, of that yourself and whatnot. I took it in high school, took it in quarantine year, so 2020, which is going to be 5 years this year, which makes me feel really old. And, I'm no longer a high schooler, I'm an adult with a full-time job, out of college, and, yeah, I feel old, so that's the fun part about being 21. But you get your money up. When you get your money up, you can do fun things, like buy really bad cars that need tons of repair and need fixing. So that's fun. But that's why you buy a reliable daily. So you don't have to blow money into it and not worry about transportation. And then you buy a real fun project car on the side and work on that every day for the rest of your life until all your money's in that car. And then you get rid of it and then you did not make a profit, but you did have fun building it. So, okay, so we're going to go in here. I'm going to rip out the interior. So the front seats and the steering wheel. As you can see here, the floor is covered in stains. So what I like to do, get your welder. You don't do this for the interior. You don't weld the floor. You're going to hit that, and then you're going to watch this thing come back to life. This paint's going to clear up. The body's going to look nice and shiny and straight. You're going to put your welder back. You're going to get your detailer. Bring it over. And watch the stains disappear. And now your Volkswagen is practically new until it blows up. So, I like to do here, I go to your body work. This is not a car mechanic simulator official vehicle. This is a mod. So you go into the body shop of the community cars and it shows you all the cars that you have in your garage. So you go to your Bora. And you can do, what's cool about mods is you can do whatever the hell you want to it. So you can customize it as you please. So, we'll make a little, I guess, street build. So we're going to find a spoiler, which I like this little one here. It's an Aston Martin spoiler. It's kind of weird. I guess they're all Aston Martin for some reason. We'll go with this one. Why not? Side skirt tuning body kit. We're gonna go with the tuning because it'll probably be not that rough. Front bumper. We'll do the stripe paintable. We'll do that one. Or might do the little chrome flavor. Grill. That's a good question. Do the facelift tuning. We want to go with the chrome, a little chrome action. Get a window, fender. As for the hood, we'll do a standard hood. Headlight. We'll go with the evil look black. Side mirror. Let's go with the aluminum. Tail light. We'll go black. Chrome action. More chrome action. Seems probably gonna look bad. Rear window. Again with the evil look. Side mirror, black, this, that. With the logo remove, and then the windshield. then we're going to do here. So go to the shop. Interior. Look down for some bucket seats. Look for something fun. Get 2 of these fellas. We're gonna look for something pretty decent. For something modern, something cool. Little Ford steering wheel. Trying to find something that looks a little cool, modern. Go with this. Why not? A little wood. Throw some seats. Oh, my beautiful woman up there. I didn't even notice that until now. Okay, you know, getting somewhere. A little low, like it. Put our body panels here. Oh yeah. To my knowledge, I didn't put these off yet. Take these off. A little chrome action. Aluminum mirror. Skirt. We're gonna put a tuning on, which has a little flare action. Back glass. No logo. Chrome stripe. Some black action. Nice little decent spoiler. And that is our body of our Volkswagen. Go lift this back up. Please give me one moment. Okay, we're back. I always go with the rear first. But before that, I like to build my suspension. So I believe this is not the double wishbone. This is a regular front absorber. Strut tower, which we are going to build. And as for wheels, you know, it looks a little small, so I like to go here, look for the wheels that we just took off, which I don't remember. It was steel wheels. 195, 55, 16. The 195 is the width of the tire, the 55 is the sidewall height, and the 16 is the size of the rim. So 195, 55, 16. So I like to do, I like to go here. I like to go race tire. I like to do a set of 4. We'll go with 16s before. We have 195, 55. So what I'm going to do is we're going to make it 225. Make it a little wide, you know. And then instead of the 55, we're going to go 65, which is going to allow us to get some bigger wheels, bigger tires. And as for the wheel, we'll do something decent, kind of like this one right here. Get a set of these, and then Gotta throw these bad boys on there. They don't look half bad. I'm gonna bounce this. Take that off, install this. I wish installing tires and balancing them was this easy. This machine, yeah, is pretty common, like what you see in the industry. They could be a pain, especially if you have lower profile tires or tires that have, you know, tire goop or whatever. Run flats. Never done run flats before and heard they're a nightmare, especially with these machines. And you can't really do these a lot because they'll break the heads or the duckbill, which is this right here. So now our wheels are on. We're going to put our cross member in. I'll do the bushings first. So that's it. So then we're going to rear sway bar. Your knuckle housing. Running out of them. Our shock. Sway bar end link. Upper suspension arm. Rear suspension arm. Bushing. Other rear suspension arm. Wheel hub. Well, backing plate, whatever. Other rear suspension arm. Our spring. Rear wheel bearing. Hub assembly. Cap. We're going to go with the carbon ceramic flavor. Pads in, you know. I don't know why you can put the pads before the caliper, but this is game. We're going to throw our tire on, see how good of a fit we got. I think that looks pretty good. Comes out a little bit. Not too bad though. I think it'll look pretty nice. Pretty fat tire on there. I think it's gonna be pretty good. Throw a fuel tank in. Hopefully that was new. Pump in. Is that new? Probably. Running out of new parts. Well, that's okay, because I have a lot more. Rotor action. Like this thing's gonna fly anyway, you know what I mean? Always double check that you put everything in like that. Sometimes if you forget something, the car will refuse to move because if you forget a clip, the game's like, you can't drive the car because you forgot the one tiny clip that will completely not make the vehicle move. Okay, okay, I like it, I like it. So, for the exhaust, hopefully alright, we're gonna go to the shop, performance, exhaust. I'll buy a couple exhaust pipes, cat, some down pipes, all V8s. Buy a couple of these because I definitely don't have those. And then we're gonna go to rear muffler. Buy a couple because I don't have them. H, G, F. Pretty sure we have what we need. Yep. What I like to do, to go about there, and then I stop. I'm gonna set the front. And the reason why I stop it like the cat is because you can't install a motor in this game with more than the exhaust on, or else it's gonna get very unhappy. So, put your bushings in. Get your knuckle. Get your rack. Sway bar. Tie rod end. Get your lower suspension arm. Get your strut. Hub assembly in. Brakes. And the reason why this is not showing the wheels is because you need to put your sway bar link in. And you also need to put your transmission in. Which, you know, it's whatever. Come back over here. Repeat this side. Strut. So now, your next step is to drop the car. Can't put the front wheels on yet because we don't have the axles for the transmission, because the transmission is not in there. I'll pop this open. I always like to put the reservoirs and food containers in first. We need to go to the electronic shop, get a new ECU for this thing. Get a rad. Our battery. Put your racing air filter in there. Fuse backs. Speaking of relays, looking at them, that's what got me into this industry. I had my uncle has an RV, a very large Winnebago, something, 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 and it died on him in his driveway. So, this was almost 3 years ago now, and, you know, I took it upon myself to diagnose it. So, I had the Blue Driver, a little Bluetooth phone scanner that plugs in OBD and then connects to your phone and whatnot, and plugged it in, kinda read the fuel, and so the fuel wasn't moving. So I'm like, yeah, that don't seem right. So, thinking of obviously reasons that won't start. So spray a little starter fluid. It kind of fired up a little bit. So I'm like, all right, it's obviously not getting fuel correctly. So I was like, you know what? Could probably use the relay, because I don't think the fuel pump would just go out. It only had, I think, 80,000 miles on it or something like that. And so got a relay, popped it in, cranked it, fired right up. And when I diagnosed that, it kind of, brought me a lot of joy, and it made me very excited to, do that and fix it myself. So that was a moment that, forever lives in my head. So, I'm very proud of myself. Well, I was proud of myself for that. So that's why I'm in the industry and went to school for it. And now I'm working on cars for a living. Is it good work? It's not bad. It's honestly something. And, I think it's a good industry to get into if you're not going to go to college. It's something you can do. I mean, it's a hobby. It was a hobby for me. It turned into a career. And, they make games about it too, which obviously I'm doing now. And, yeah. So, the motor, we can swap it. So I would do turbo, because turbo is fun, more power. So we're going to go to the turbo 4-cylinder, and we're going to start building, which is my favorite part, even though it might not be that realistic. But I think I probably can build this motor with most of the parts I have. I always do the cam bearings first, or crank bearings. I'll have just enough pistons to get by on our journey. Hopefully we can get a decent amount of horsepower out of this thing. I'm gonna guess high 2s, maybe 200s. I mean, the stock motor makes about 184, I think it said. So maybe we can get it up there. Single, we went dual. Little dual flavor. Need a pan. I would like to buy these. I never buy the stock turbos. I always do performance. Performance is better. I always buy extra timing covers because you can't go wrong with it. Buy some shoes. Why the hell not? Buy some chains. Some belts. Always buy belts. Cannot go wrong with belts. Came here when we really needed was the oil pan. Buy some extra, why not? Buy a filter, and I think now we're fine. We're probably good for a bit. We're gonna flip this back over. I'm gonna do our head. We have performance head, as you can see here. think I have most of the stuff here. Put our nice manifold on. We'll put the turbo on later when we put the engine in. Put our alternator, power steering, oil filter, put our clutch components on, because it is a manual. A little fuel filter, put our cams, doesn't even let you tighten them down. Kind of seems unrealistic. Then you give you caps. That's not realistic, but whatever, you know. Pour plugs in. Mission coils, fuel rail, intake manifold, throttle, for a timing belt, timing color, crank pulley, oiler and belt components, water pump, then our belt tensioner and other belts. So that should be everything on this little motor. So now we're gonna save game. Take this off the stand. Go get the crane. Move it here. Dump this in here. Take that away. Admire the beautiful motor. What's missing? Probably the exhaust has to go in first. So while I'm up here, I'm going to fill the fluids up. Always like to do that so I don't forget. Filled. I'm pretty sure Volkswagen coolant at the time wasn't green. I don't know if they still use pink. I think the new ones use pink or whatever, or red, whatever flavor they use, but I don't remember it being green. Though I haven't worked on many German cars in my lifetime, so I can't really talk. And then our brake fluid. Close this up, lift it up, I'm going to finish the rest, put our exhaust manifold, or downpipe, which we don't have, to search for it. If you look up turbo, make things a lot easier. Get that. Look at the different turbos. It's probably that one, or 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 that one. And yeah, finish the rest. Put that in. And then we go back up, but before we go back up, we're going to throw our transmission that we don't have. Gearbox I4, right there. Put our front drive shaft in. Get our axles. We're gonna go over here, do the same. Like that. Wheels fit pretty nicely. Fat tires. I'm gonna throw the turbo. Apparently adds a lot of power. Throw the starter in. And I think we're done. Get a once over kind of look. So now, take this paint station, paint it, well, actually, let's go to the alignment rack. We're going to take this on the rack, do an alignment, make it straight. Car goes straight. Go to the paint booth, paint it, and then drive it. What color are we going to paint this thing? Now they have different liveries, which we can see. Got that, which was before. Or just we have that, I guess, right? I'm not a big fan of, so I think we're going to do one color. Kind of like the older blue colors. Something like a deep blue. Like that, maybe? Pretty tough, I think. Or kind of like that tan color a little bit, but could just do black or gray. Maybe something like that, maybe. Kind of looks pretty cool. Then we go with the gray. Look at that. Start it up. Oh yeah. Let's take this thing for a drive. We have this speed map, we have the rally map. And we're gonna go on the German highway, which is fitting for this German car. Okay. Hold back. See how fast this thing can go. This thing is pretty slow. I'm surprised this thing is slow. Can barely do 100. Why is it so slow? There's no way, you know? This thing should be a lot faster. Alright. We're going to put this in the dyno and take it to the test because it is slow. This thing tells me it's got 200 something horsepower. Little light thing. There's no way this thing is slow. Oh, that torque. Okay, kind of overestimated that a little bit. Okay, so 200 horsepower. Let's just call it that. 190. It should be a little bit faster. I wonder if there's a way to tune. I remember in other games you could tune stuff. Tread tester. They don't even tell you like millimeters. Use 30 seconds. But yeah, here's our Volkswagen build. Admire in its glory. So yeah, that was fun. Little turbo. And that'll be all for today. Thank you for watching my live stream, and I will be back one day for more. So please like, subscribe.